Okay, hey, train your plants every day. George Skull coming at you from the STEM lab here today. Where are my glasses? Anyways, I'll put them on later. So got a bid over to Johnson and Rhodes. Third time's a charm, hopefully. If anything, it's gonna have to be. Never been one of those issues where I've been fired. Usually I just leave, but with New York State changing the game a little bit there, I mean, I'm not so comfortable with. I like to do, and a lot of the old timers, things like that. We're not going to get too much into it, but hey, it's going to certainly help with minimum wage going up the way it is. I think it's like $10.50 now, starting when I get in here. Which ain't bad, it's better than what I've done a lot of these other places like this and this kind of work and labor in general. So, it's not bad, but I'm just always going to say it's, it should be a case-by-case basis for the jobs and what I've done for the IMA program or what I'm doing with the IMA program, which is obviously not a criteria feature right at the moment, but just getting ready for the game, making sure I got all my shit ready. And I can't find my pitch or my drove, whichever you want to call it, chisel, big heavy ass piece of metal, chisel. Can't find that, but other than that, I've pretty much got everything I need, or I think I'm going to need. Obviously the mask for if I'm going to wind up doing burn-in or anything like that. Not only that, cold conditions, if it comes up, this is a lifesaver. You do have to modify them a little bit. I usually just take a cigarette or something like that. I'll have to burn a couple more little tiny holes inside of it like this for the mouthpiece and for the nose piece. So that way when you put it on, you can still burn without it fogging up your goggles. It's a hell of a trick I picked up along the way, but usually whenever I'm burning, I like to have one of these on or something like that. They're light, they're easy to breathe through, it doesn't get all hot and crazy, and it'll protect your whole everything from getting burnt, your neck, your everything like that, which, when you're burning, you want to try to keep it smooth and everything like that, but I don't know exactly what I'll be doing. Hell, for all I know, I'll be just shoveling. I know they did say something about rock facing when I was there, so, not totally necessary, but I usually like to keep it around my neck, keep stuff from shooting in there. Anyways, and again, this is just general stonemason work and labor in general. Of course, my goggles, they never leave my head for any reason unless I absolutely have to. But a good pair of gloves. Usually I don't like their gloves. These right here are pretty much the only thing I've ever found to hold up in a stone dock. Whether it's burning or handling stone or even hardscaping on the outside and anything like that. This is pretty much the only thing, frost grip gloves, big heavy duty ones, that'll ever achieve to do a thing. And usually I wear a pair underneath them with it. Just give you a little extra protection from banging them around and getting them pinched in pallets and stones and stuff like that. Just what happens. I'll have that on, that's usually ready. Tape measure, I'm sure they'll give me one when I get there, but it's nice to have an extra in the bag. Of course, my chisel, and I wish I had my old Husky razor blade. That was really nice. It had kind of like a soft finish on what it was, so I didn't have to worry about it dragging or beating up or scratching anything. But until I can get another one, I have to have this one. Just a regular razor blade, not too fancy. Oh, actually, this one does have a laser light and an actual knife on it, but mainly for cutting stickers, that kind of thing. My own striker, my very own. I never leave. If I'm going to go to a dock, it's just one thing to have one. They're nice to hand off when somebody needs one. And it's nice to have an extra. They like to walk away. But put my name on it if it's not already on there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, other than that, I got my, those are the carry-ons. You come in the shop with that. Oh, and a black Sharpie and a pen of some kind in case you need to fill out an order form or check out a number of pieces. Yeah. This usually stays in my back pocket just in case you need to write down a note or give an order, whatever it is. Use my website, 10 bullets. It's just you had your ass covered. And if you're not going to video log it, it's a great way to secondary it. Actually, some people use this the first model. I use it for the second model because you're going to get way more detail and information in a video than shorthand or potentially whatever kind of mistake can come with that, you know. Yep, okay, yeah, okay. But anyway, you know, we'll see about that. That takes usually a little bit of time to get into a place before you can really do anything like that. And it doesn't matter what kind of job it is. It's just a trick I bring into the game. Usually helps. It covers your ass if anything else. And usually, again, it helps because you're not going to make those mistakes because you can't bullshit it. You know? Alright, well, let's fucking play it back. Alright. No. But again, what that is. And other than that, you know, there's really not too much that you can say you need. But with that being said, just over the years and some basic experience I've picked up along the way of the general to-go bag, not your bug-out bag. This is your work bag. I've talked about this in other videos, but this right here could be a lifesaver. Having a set of walkie-talkies, obviously not the best in the world, but they'll cover some short distances, and when you got some shorthand or some projects that, you know, your boss might be running around and they'll need to call you, just be like, hey, you know, instead of coming back here, just hit me on the mic. You know, because I know over here, at least when I used to work there, which was quite a while ago, they really didn't have a great mic system on crews and systems like that, and I've been in other ones where, you know, I've had the mic on me all day, battery packed ones, and you charge them up at the end of the day. So, you know, I know that run. It can make life a hell of a lot easier, especially in docks where you got to travel a lot of distance and things like that. It can save a lot of time and energy. And yeah, sure, borrow them. Just make sure they make their way back to my fucking bag. You know, some of the stuff. Once I get my name marked on them tonight and things like that, you know, don't leave the shop or anything like that. But a good 5-pound, 4-pound hammer, right? 4 pound? Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm sure there's plenty around there, but I like to have my own and things like that. Just makes it. I wish I had my pitch, you know, my drogues. I just, you know, if I can go to town. It's great for breaking edges. It's got that nice weight in your hand, slides right in your back pocket. It's really good. It doesn't drop out or pull out and get caught on shit. You know, just. And that'll work in any one of them, because it's already been there, but I gotta find it. I don't know where it is. Somewhere's outside, buried under the snow on the desk, I think. But, you know, other than that, this is pretty much my coverall bag for after this part. You know, got a little bit of everything. You know, a headlamp in case you need to get digging around, cleaning up stuff, or have to help a mechanic or something like that. It's always handy. This one's actually a good one. This one's for the stone dock when I get it there, but it usually stays in my bag. Yeah, every once in a while you get a tricky stone that won't line up on the pallet or whatever, and it's better than kicking them or something like that. This is less likely to break them when you're, you know, setting up a pallet or something like that and having to roll it around on the corners or kick it. You can just kind of give it a little tap, and it'll usually behave yourself depending on how thick that stone is, which you got to know some things. I've learned over trial and error. Of course, your regular duty hammer, whether you're going to use it or somebody else is going to use it. These are pretty good, heavy duty shears. You'd be amazed what you wind up using this for. A little bit of everything, but most of the time the razor blade takes care of most of it. But yeah, every once in a while there's a project where you need to do it, and it's got a sharpening stone on the back of it, so and you need to sharpen up a knife real quick. It's got it on it. You know, there's always files or something handy. But again, one spot. I know exactly where that is. It's not hunting it down. That's what makes a big difference in that variable. A little bit of electric tape. Crescent wrench, or not crescent wrench, but pliers of some kind of variable. Crescent wrench. Channel locks, that's what they are. Every once in a while, if the chisel's not handy or something like that, and you got to bust an end of a pallet or an end gate or something like that, or something, you know, it's something I found handy and it comes in useful every once in a while. More than anything, just a pencil, but in case you do need to make a circle or a given circle of a certain size or position or reference a distance or something like that that you need to remember. That comes in handy. Something you can measure off. I don't know. A couple socket wrenches at different variables. I think this one's 1/2 inch, and I got one with 1/4 inch in here. I would have a 3/4 inch one drive, but I don't know where the hell it is. a few sockets, a universal screwdriver with a flex head in case you need to do that for some reason. This one's pretty handy. You'd be amazed. You don't think it's useful, but every once in a while, a mechanic or a machine or something, you know, you'll need to adjust a hose clamp or something like that. It just comes in handy. Oh, a couple of different files, you know, a little first aid kit. And I do have a bigger one, which I'm going to grab as a total overall, just with some extra gauzes and some pressure bandages and some extra band-aids and shit like that. I mean, nothing to stitch you up or take care of you like that. Actually, that one does have stitches into it and everything like that, but if you're in a place like that, usually it gets point A to point B, but more of anything to stop some serious issue, wrap it up, bandage it, get it done as quickly as possible, and get their asses to the hospitals, myself or somebody else included. You know, just not that there's not everyone in a place like this somewhere.
Well, why did that nurse?
Right there, 2 seconds, bang. You know, fucking, I know. Or whichever one's closer, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Well, this little handy motherfucker right here, you know, one of those big ass saws. This is great. You know, you can use a lot for everything. You know, making up a pallet on shorthand, cutting up a 4x4 real quick. You know, you'd be amazed. You know, you need one. You could walk over, get the skill saw. You could walk over to the bandsaw. But sometimes, occasionally, it's actually faster. Bang, you know, because I just need some kind of cribbing or something like that, or cut a cribbing in half, and I'm lugging it all over the place, and machines aren't apt to do whatever, or even some stickers or something like that. You'd be amazed how useful I found this thing to be. An extra mask, you know, just in case. I actually have a couple of them. I don't really like this one, but sometimes it's necessary. It's good to have it. A couple extra pair of goggles. Little screwdrivers and adjustable system. Extra razor blade. Oh yeah. These ones, I gotta make sure they're up by the top. Extra pair of tin snips for pallet banding and stuff like that. Very handy. A couple extra screwdrivers, like I said, electrical tape. Every once in a while, a little can of orange spray paint. I've used it quite a bit. You know, mark a spot on the ground, you know, where you want somebody to put something when you're going around. There's an orange spot over there. I want you to, you know, or put it right where you want it, you know, in case you think I'm gonna have trouble finding it. You know, just mark it out, put the can right there, whatever. Works great. Like I said, a little first aid kit. It's got a little bit of Visine in it and things like that. Well, I used to use it for other things, but I actually use it quite a bit. You get shit in your eyes all the time doing stuff like that, and dust and all that kind of crazy, and that's mainly why I would use it. And usually I had an extra one for whatever I was doing, which obviously is not an option that I have available to me right now, so it is what it is. A couple extra markers, red and green, a few extra pencils and pens, a couple extra pocket knives inside of here in case I ever need them. Regular pliers. I think I got a pair of needle nose in here in case it comes up. An extra razor blade. A couple extra bits for whatever, square, Phillips, flat. You'd be amazed. Yeah, you'd be amazed. You know, it comes up. So that's my pack bag. Like I said, usually that's got the necessities inside of it, or even a little bit of extra, you know, just in case, where you can hand it off. It makes a big difference for whatever you're doing, and sometimes a lot of other people, what they're doing, and it doesn't take up too much space. You know, usually you get it there, and it'll stay there for the most part. I've had a few times. Oh, I did forget my gizmo. It's a little hammer pliers, got a knife on it, and a few other dealios. I like that one. I gotta throw that one in here when I find it. But again, that's pretty much it. The only thing I couldn't find is my drove. I'm debating. I've never really used one. I've never really seen one on the dock or anything like that. You know, it works great for hardscape and stuff like that. And, you know, really precise. You know, if you had to break up a perfect piece of wall stone or something like that, yeah, it can. You can notch it and do it, but most of the time you can do that with a chisel. You know, and you're quick enough. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It is a little too heavy to be bringing, so I'm probably going to sketch that out until I find a need for it or get all this set up. But that's pretty much it. I'll get repacked here and get everything around, get my lunch around for tomorrow, and probably hit the bed pretty early tonight. Get some rest. get good to go for tomorrow, fill out my paperwork, make sure I got all the stuff for paperwork tomorrow, which I do, and yeah, catch you in the next one.